I didn't mean for any. I'm so scared. But
The guard's voice echoed across the quiet aisle, sharp, cold and humiliating. "Ma'am, I need you to step aside. We have to check your bag." People turned. Eyes pierced through her like needles. And for a moment Sarah felt the world shrink into a single suffocating point. Before the story begins fully, and if this moment already touched your heart, please like, comment, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness. It keeps these stories alive and reaching more hearts. Sarah's fingers trembled as she tightened them around the handle of her worn-out handbag. She had come to the store only for essentials: bread, milk, a few fruits, nothing more. The last thing she expected was to be treated like a criminal. I didn't do anything," she whispered. But the guard didn't care. The customers didn't care. And the world at that moment felt painfully unkind. The humiliation hit her harder than anything else. Hadn't she suffered enough already? Life had been collapsing piece by piece. Her husband had left 6 months ago, unable to handle the pressure of unemployment and debts. Her job hours had been cut. She could barely pay rent. And the loneliness. The loneliness was a shadow that followed her everywhere. But today's humiliation felt like the final blow. As the guard pulled items from her bag one by one in front of strangers, Sarah felt her throat close. There was nothing hidden, nothing stolen, just the small things she had paid for. "See, I told you." Her voice cracked. The guard glanced at the items, suddenly unsure. The cashier stepped over, frowned, and checked the receipt. "It's all paid for," the cashier said firmly. "You shouldn't have stopped her like that." The guard froze. A murmur ran across the people watching, judgment flipping directions. But Sarah didn't wait to hear it. She walked out of the store, her vision blurry with tears, her heart thudding painfully against her ribs. Why does life keep pushing me down? When will something finally change? Outside, rain began to fall, soft at first, then pouring, drenching her hair and clothes. She didn't care. She just wanted to disappear somewhere no one could see her break again. But fate works in unexpected ways. As she hurried across the parking lot, trying to hide her tears, she heard a gentle voice behind her. "Excuse me, ma'am. Are you okay?" Sarah turned. A woman, older and graceful, stood holding an umbrella. Her face carried the kind of warmth Sarah hadn't felt in months. Months. "I saw everything inside, and I'm so sorry," the woman whispered. Sarah tried to reply, but her voice trembled into silence. Why would a stranger care? The woman stepped closer. "No one deserves to be treated like that. Please, let me walk you to your car." Sarah hesitated, then nodded weakly. Under the umbrella's shelter, something in her heart shifted, like a small light igniting in an empty room. The woman's name was Miriam, and her voice was calm, soft, reassuring. They walked slowly, and with every step Sarah felt her walls lowering. "You know," Miriam said gently, "people often judge what they don't understand. But kindness heals wounds silently." Sarah wanted to believe her, but believing had become hard these days. Still, Miriam didn't give up. "Do you have anyone at home? Anyone to help you?" Sarah looked away, embarrassed. "No, it's just me." The rain drummed around them, filling the quiet space between their words. "Then let me help," Miriam said. Sarah shook her head instantly. "No, I can't accept anything. I'm fine. I'll manage." Her voice was defensive, a shield built from months of heartbreak. But Miriam didn't step back. "Sometimes strength means accepting a hand that's reaching for you," she said. "Not everything has to be carried alone." For the first time in weeks, Sarah felt something inside her crack, not painfully, but like a tear finally finding release. She looked at Miriam, and the kindness in the woman's eyes broke down her last bit of resistance. So Sarah told her everything. Her husband leaving, her financial struggles, her fear of losing her home, her exhaustion, her loneliness. Miriam listened, not with pity, but with understanding, like someone who had weathered storms of her own. And then she smiled softly. "You know, 20 years ago, I stood exactly where you stand. Now broke, alone, humiliated, and a stranger helped me without asking for anything in return. Sarah stared at her, surprised. That moment changed my life, Miriam continued. And today, I want to pass that moment to you. Sarah blinked, tears mixing with the rain on her cheeks. What do you mean? Miriam pulled out a small card and pressed it into Sarah's hand. This is my center. We help women start again, emotionally, financially, and practically. You can join for free. No conditions, just come. You deserve a second chance. Sarah stared at the card. A women's support center, workshops, job placement, counseling, housing assistance, everything she had been desperately needing. Right there in her hand. Her knees felt weak. Why are you doing this? Sarah whispered. Miriam squeezed her hand gently. Because once, someone believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself. And now I believe in you. Sarah broke down quietly, helplessly, but also with a sense of relief she hadn't felt in months. That moment changed everything. In the weeks that followed, Sarah joined the center. She learned new skills. She received counseling. She found a part-time job that slowly turned into something stable. She rebuilt her confidence piece by piece. She found friendships, support, hope, and one afternoon, as she walked through the same store where she once stood humiliated, a new guard greeted her politely. She smiled, not out of pride but out of peace, because she finally knew. Humiliation had not broken her. Life had not defeated her. Kindness had saved her. And Miriam's words stayed with her forever. When life pushes you down, the right hand, reaching at the right time, can lift you higher than you ever stood before. To everyone watching this, if this story touched your heart, please like, comment your thoughts, share this message, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness for more heartwarming stories. Your support means the world, and it helps kindness spread a little further every day.